I always think that toppings must be closely in touch with the Almighty, because this is the third event I've done for them, and during Spilling the Beans, when I was in Ely, and it was very special to me because it was the last of the Spilling the Beans tour, and it was a fairly massive tour that practically killed me. I was sitting under the octagon of Ely Cathedral. I mean, with the archdeacon sort of waiting on me because they couldn't find a table, so they kept bringing me glasses of water every time I sort of looked around. Anyway, so well received was Spilling the Beans that I should tell you that but at the end of last week I received an inquiry about the film rights. So now I have this terrible problem as to who will play me with its commission. So all suggestions gratefully received. Meryl Streep having already done Julia Child, I don't think she wants to do another cook, and she'd have problems putting on the weight. What my introduction failed to say is that what I really am is a fat old cook. I remember being on Clive James or Clive Anderson or one of those people, and there was this politician, this Labour Member of Parliament, and he kept calling me a toff. And I said, my dear, you sit in the Palace of Westminster, wasting the taxpayers' money, and I'm just a fat old cook. Which of us is the toff? And I wish it had been television because he's squirming like a worm. When we did our various stunts, like the bit where we changed places, we were going at about 2 miles an hour and the camera was going backwards fast on the top of the Land Rover. Gosh, we got such stick from the Automobile Association and motoring concerns, but we had a lot of fun. And for somebody who'd never driven anything but a 175cc motorbike before, boy was she a good motorcyclist. We discovered, Pat Llewellyn discovered, that she'd been riding a motorbike. She'd never driven a car. She'd been driving a motorbike for most of her adult life. And all she had was a car license. So she had to go and take her tests again in order to make the program. And I mean, that was a big bike. It's the same bike that Marlon+brando rode in Wild One, or a replica of it, but with a much bigger engine. His was a 600 and this was a 950. And Triumph never forgave us. Their new superbike, and 2 stout cooks driving around the country cooking out of the hamper on the back was not the image they wanted. The most complicated meal I ever cooked was a commercial meal which I cooked for, it was 10 courses, and I cooked it in blackout. I woke up in the house where I was cooking the next morning, and it had been the engagement party of the son of the house. And all I could remember was picking up the first saucepan. And I thought, oh dear. And I went downstairs and there was this immaculately clean kitchen. And I thought, oh dear. Actually, what I thought was not something I would say under the writer's roof. I heard my employer coming down the stairs with her dog. She was like that loon cartoon, you pull on another dog and cat's still cold. Slept on this great mountain of dogs. And there was no other way out of the kitchen. And she came through the door and I was like a rabbit in the headlights. And she said, Clarissa, what a triumph! The entire county will be talking about it. And I said, I'm so glad and pleased. And I couldn't ask her, could I? Well, could you tell me what I cooked? And so 5 years down the line, when I was a couple of years in recovery, this man came up to me and said, I know who you are. Well, there was quite a lot of that when I was in early recovery, and usually I didn't want to ask. And he said, I was at that dinner party you cooked for Rebecca Harding. And I said, do you remember what you ate? And he said, every mouthful. And it turned out he was the man who actually published scriptwritten books. And I said, well, this may sound awfully stupid, but could you tell me? So he did. I mean, really, if you have spilling the beans, the menu was in the bag. And I don't think I could cook it now.